City of Houston right now, I mean, everybody's excited because the Astros are playing for the World Series, and that's a great thing, and it's something that we need for the city. I mean, Hurricane Harvey devastated a lot of people, uh, so I'm very happy for the city, and I want the Astros to bring it on home. I mean, I want them to win the World Series and make everybody happy in the city of Houston. We've been devastated by Hurricane Harvey. I mean, that's a natural disaster, but Houston is strong, and everybody came together, and I'm so happy for that. And I mean, that's a great thing.
Oh, Mr. Farms, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you were talking about some slaves running a prison.
I didn't say anything about slaves running to prison. I mean, I've worked in different situations to where you feel like it's a plantation, in a sense. I mean,
A
um,
plantation.
a plantation in the sense not that a plantation as far as back in slavery days. I'm just saying though, I've made statements as far as an athlete. You sometimes you feel like a high dollar racehorse because I mean you're going out and you perform, you're doing something that you love, but in a sense, you can see that, I mean, you're the one, in a sense, with amongst a lot of other people that are making the money. I mean, that's not only as far as the players, that's as far as the grounds crew, that's as far as people in concessions. I mean, that's all over because it is marketing, it is advertising. So it's not only the players on the field, it's other people that gets to get the field ready, whether it's the stadium, whether it's the practice fields.
Okay, so feeling like a high dollar racehorse in this industry of entertainment of sports, uh, are you agreeing with it or are you disagreeing with it? I'm kind of foggy on the idea.
What I'm saying is that sometimes, I mean, people have to look at the fact that they can see different wins by a team and they can see different things, but I don't think people sometimes, I mean, hardworking people, of course, they have to pay a lot of money for tickets. They have to pay a lot of money for different things, and they have to watch out for even when they're returning home to make sure they get home safe for their family. But I don't think really people, a lot of people, they're never in the training room. They're never dealing with uh, what those players go through.
Okay, so when I hear you saying that high dollar racehorse and comparing it to professional athletes, if you really look at the terminology that you're using, you have the a racehorse, okay, a high dollar racehorse. So they feed him, they take care of him, they exercise him, and they run him very, very hard just for the race. Okay, so what comparison does this high dollar racehorse terminology, how does it refer to an athlete?
Well, unfortunately, when I was little, I got a chance to go to a horse race in Louisiana, and the horse
Okay.
accidentally ended up breaking a leg. And as a kid, I just saw them come out and just shoot the horse, and that shocked me. I was like,
Whoa. So you're saying that in reference to the horse with the broken leg that got killed because it was no longer able to perform its duties, you're referring that to an athlete that if they get hurt, that they get released from their contract and they're professionally executed, is what you're basically saying.
NFL, it stands for not for long. I mean, some terms that say that. I mean, the NFL, as long as if you get hurt and if you go out on the field, even at practice, well, then they have you on film. So they have terms to say, well, you were able to play, so they can release you.
Okay, so if you get hurt, they just turn you loose.
They can, unless you actually stay on IR. Other than that, if you go back on the practice field, I mean, I've had different scenarios where coaches may ask me to shoot up for practice, cortisone or something like that, just to go out for practice. It's not a game.
Okay.
It's a practice situation. I've been asked to practice with a fever that the doctors have told them it's 102. My temp is at 102, and
Okay.
all they could ask me is like, Charles, you're not gonna miss practice, are you? And I'm
So,
like, no, but because it's about team though. I mean, in the whole
right.
terminology, I believe in what I was taught is there's no I or mine team. It's TEAM team. Everybody coming together.
Okay. So when so you're all right, are you having references to the ticket holders, the team investors, the the upper echelon of management. So you're saying that if you have a fever, if you're hurt, then don't practice. And that the NFL, not for long, should have a kinder and more gentler policy when it comes to injured players, or provide some type of retirement for if some kind of like per diem retirement for exiting players out the NFL.
I would say that most definitely. I mean, there's a lot of players
How I mean, just how would you fix this? What is your solution?
to make sure there is a good retirement plan for players. I
What
mean,
about the cash that they made during their career?
the cash they made during this career, I mean, you could save it in different smart investments. But also, I'm referring to the older players who made the league. That a lot of them they can't even afford the medication they need to try to keep going.
Okay, so what if it was irresponsible money handling on that player's behalf?
I mean, it could be irresponsible money handling. I mean, uh, I've heard different terms from, say, a a pitcher who ended up winning the World Series, but his mom stayed on him. He bought 5 cars, and he was of Latino descent. But his mom said, "Why would you buy 5 cars? You can only put your ass on one seat at a time."
Okay, so you're so you're basically speaking up for if you're in the NFL, you're lucky enough to make it through the NFL, you're strong enough to get through college, graduate, get to an NFL level, you should, when you get paid, you should save money, you should do good investments, not have shady business managers, and you should manage your money because the NFL, the National Football League, not for long means
It means that I mean a lot of kids, as far as talking to them, I'm saying the only thing they can't take away is that piece of paper. They can never take away your degree, and you can't really trust somebody else to just invest your money. You need to look into it yourself. You need to not only just uh, rely on that individual. You need to be able to read a contract yourself. I mean, the terms and stipulations. I mean, my summer job in college, I worked for a law firm, one of the biggest law firms in Florida.
nice.
I basically turned into a paralegal, so I understood going in the library, getting the cases ready for a lawyer who's a partner. Now,
Okay.
other than that, you just run around the partners like you see on Law and Order. They get all the money. I mean, they're not doing all the groundwork.
Okay.
You have different people doing the groundwork. So all I'm saying is you can have someone that you trust. I mean, it was a term a long time ago. You should have an accountant that's Jewish and a lawyer that's Italian, or a different mix, because you have to be careful in any different situation. To at least, for me, I would think if you can, I mean, the best thing to invest in is land,
Okay.
because within land, I mean, you have a piece of something.
Okay.
So at a later date, if you decide to sell it or what have you, or I mean, if you decide to be a farmer, put cows on it, it's a government tax write off. So it's just using your money or trying to use it in the right way, but also keeping your eyes open and ears to the things that's going on, and make sure that you can entrust people with
Okay.
your money, but make sure you have a plan.
Okay. So I mean, of course, that there are going to be more players that are going to get into the NFL that's going to see this money, and well, they're going to see the money that they earned, and that they're going to make not wise choices. You know this is going to happen, right?
It's gonna happen. I mean, people that win the lottery. They say percentage of people that win the lottery, they may be broke by the time within five
Or
years,
dead.
or two different scenarios. So it's basically just be careful with the company that you keep. I mean, it's about if you have a true family and a true people that you know that truly love you, that'll go through thick and thin. Keep those people around, because you have shady characters that come up every day that say they know you, and I've been here and there. I've been to Japan a couple of times. I've been different places, and sometimes I had to have a conversation with somebody for a long time to try to think, where did I really meet you? Because I mean, as far as football, every hit is like a car wreck, and for your memory, you can remember a lot of different things. And some people would ask me, "How did you make that play?" I was like, "I didn't make that play. I mean, God
Wow.
made that play.
I
I mean,
think,
because it's just a
yeah,
reaction.
yeah,
I mean, I didn't do it myself, so I can't just stronghold and say, "Oh, I'm king of the world." No, it was something else
yeah,
that helped me
yeah.
make that play.
I think that's like a terrible feeling to do something so great and have no, and other people are like, "Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome," and you have no you honestly have no recollection of what just happened. It's like you feel like normal nothing, and everybody's congratulating you, and you
Yeah, I
have
mean,
no. I think that's a terrible, terrible thing.
it is a terrible thing. And then some people, jealousy and envy is a thing that's it's unfortunate, but it happens.
Okay, jealousy and envy compared to finances.
Jealousy and envy, I'm saying it's that's why I say keep your company close to people that know that truly love you. Because there's a
Okay,
lot of people that can smile in your face and then walk away and just be like, well, I could have did the same thing. Well, it's not necessarily your fault as an individual that's accomplished something.
right.
But I've had other people that may have been in bad situations say, well, you know what? I watched you, man, and that helped me, you know, through my bad times. And
Charles, Mr. Pharms, that is super, super awesome. Now, all right, a little bit off of that. We get your point. Okay, so what I want to ask you questions about is I want to ask you about the current events. When you first came in here, before we went on air, you were making comments about somebody on television talking about we can't let the prisoners run the prison in referral to NFL players.
it was in referral to the whole Kaepernick situation where NFL players and
Well, be
also
real careful here, Charles. You don't want to piss off none of your viewers.
well, I don't want to piss off anybody, but it's just a situation where I mean everybody loves the country or whatever that supported them.
Right.
I mean, so it's just a statement of like whenever we go into meetings or whenever you talk to different people, I mean you have to think about what you say before you say it. Because if something is said wrong, someone can
Read
take
it.
it the wrong way.
Right.
I mean, I feel bad even if I step on one of my puppies, if I step on their foot and they're howling, then I look in their eyes and I feel bad, and I have to go back and I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I mean, I wear size
Yeah.
12, but
Yeah.
you steady waiting on the food, and I'm trying to,
Yeah.
but I still feel bad because you just happy,
So
and I mean, so it's just that you can as a player when you go through that pain, when you're taking different medication and you feel like somebody really doesn't care about you, that's like sticking a knife in a warrior's heart that's willing to do whatever
right.
to help people succeed.
Right.
But then they're basically stabbed in the heart or stabbed in the back.
Mm.
I
Okay.
mean,
So
that's what that's
a
what
lot.
that's what people that work to help finance, players, and then all of a sudden the player fires them, and they're working due diligence to just try to make sure everything is right. But that player may hear from somebody else who's trying to shade that person, and that person's done a lot of work. And then just because that player may listen to somebody who's in the background, really not really happy that they're in a more successful
Okay.
position.
Now this is a very touchy topic. Now I promise you, I'm not doing this for ratings. I'm not doing this to embarrass you. But if you don't want to answer the question, it's totally, totally cool. All right. Kaepernick, him kneeling for the anthem, do you want to answer that? How you feel about that? Do you think he was justified in kneeling for the national anthem of our great country?
I think he did it to make a statement. It was per se
So are you
maybe
for him or against him?
I'm for really people really looking at what's really going on within society and not being blind to what's really happening or really just overlooking it. I mean, I think he made a statement that really
Which,
that
which,
has
okay, let's go
people.
back into your career.
Okay.
Now, in your career, had this happened of the racial injustice, this allegations, if this was made during your career, in your wonderful career with many accolades. Now, with the power that you still hold today and the power that you held then, would you take a knee during the national anthem before your own personal football game? Yes or no?
I would.
I don't believe you. I think
I
I think
still,
you.
I
I
still,
don't think you is the Grim Reaper.
no, no, no.
You just standing for everything.
I would stand, but I'm still. I mean, it's a situation. I'll give you an example. I was a freshman at the University of Miami. Okay, we had beat Nebraska, and I
Nice.
started and everything. I came home for Christmas, and I get back to Miami, and I'm like, whoa, 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 what's going on? I'm coming from the airport in the city of Coral Gables, which is sort of like Bel Air
Coral
and usually,
Gables.
yeah, Coral Gables, Florida.
Okay, Florida.
Yeah, I mean, University of Miami is a private school.
Okay,
And I looked, and they were rioting in Liberty City and everything. I'm like, what's going on?
right,
Well, a Cuban cop shot a black man, and they were letting people know that they weren't happy about it.
right.
And for me, coming from Texas, I'm like, what's going on? I come back, everybody's happy. I'm coming back to return to school, football season over. We won the Orange Bowl.
Nice.
Now they're blocking off certain areas, but they're basically within that battle zone where you guys just do whatever you want to do. Just don't come in this area that where there's more expensive homes. Whatever you do, steal, rob, whatever y'all do, we'll deal with that. But we're not going to go in there and deal with that. We're just going to stand back here and block off
Mm.
this
So
other
this,
area.
so this, you qualified this as an injustice in your personal opinion.
I mean, as far as
You rob and steal wherever you want, just don't do it at the rich homes.
basically,
Okay, nice. Now I was looking through your Twitter feed this morning and your Facebook. The sun gives you strength and strengthens your soul.
because sometimes in the morning it may have been a long night. That could be anywhere. That could be people that clean houses. That could be people that are doing day-to-day things to make sure their family's fed. That could be that player that's coming off the practice field. But in the morning, that's a glow that basically it's an eye from the sky that gives you energy, that gives you that strength to keep going. I mean, that's something more. I mean, you don't have to worry about if a lightning strike is going to strike a home or strike an individual,
Wow.
but you have that eye that you can see, and it should be a brightness. I mean, I wake up in the morning when I see the sun come up, it goes through my eyes, and I'm like, wow. I think it gives you strength. It helps your spirit. It helps your soul to get by in the night. That's darkness. A lot of things happen.
Nice.
So I mean, that's the way I look at it.
Understandable. All right, and I hear that when I was talking to your business manager, we were discussing something about a company you coined, Maximum Security Inc. What is this Maximum Security Inc. imprint?
Well, I mean, in college, I got my degree in business administration. So maximum security is an umbrella. Everybody wants to feel secure, whether
Okay.
it's secure in their finances, if they want to feel secure that their sons or daughters are going to be able to go to school and come home safe. They want to be secure that they know their neighbor's not going to try to break in their house.
Right.
They want to be secure. It's an umbrella. Everybody wants to be maximally secure. They want to feel secure within
Nice.
themselves. They want to
Okay.
feel secure within society. They want to be secure that they don't have to worry about if they're going to be walking down the street and even panhandling or either picking up cans and somebody's going to run over them
Okay.
and kill them.
Okay.
I mean, it's about a sense of security. It's about people that even may be going through depression or whatever, that they can feel secure that, yeah, it's going to be all right.
Okay. So Maximum Security Inc. is a multifaceted organization that you're the CEO founder of, I'm assuming.
Well, I mean, yeah, a long time ago, I mean, I got my DBA from Maximum Securities.
Nice.
In order to make it a nonprofit, it went to Maximum Securities Incorporated.
Okay. So if I needed maximum security and I called you up and called up your office and said, hello, I need maximum security, what would I be enabled to be a part of?
It could be a lot of different things. Maximum security, I still have the DBA for. If it's a man coming from China who feels unsafe that he's touching down, he has a briefcase, I want to be able to. He feels secure that his money is going to get to the bank.
Okay. So
if a kid, I mean, if he's wondering about what college he should go to or what he should do in different situations, I've always dreamed about being the old man that's able to sit out on a rocking chair and little kids can come around and just hear positive stories and give them wisdom, because with wisdom is strength.
Wisdom is strength. Nice. I'll remember that. Okay, so from my understanding, Maximum Security is a multifaceted company. So from what I'm reading in my notes is that it's a mentorship type thing. And like you said, if a guy from China, from the Chinese community needed an escort, you could provide that. If children needed positive reinforcement on how to live life, you can provide that. Okay, and any NFL players that need current NFL players that need any assistance with career choices and experience, they would need Maximum Security. Maximum Security seems like an umbrella company. And, I'm going to talk to your business rep and get more information on this before I post on our podcast and our websites. And we're going to put links to Maximum Security Inc. for any of the above mentioned things that we just talked about. Okay, so today we spoke about the national anthem, whether it's cool or not to kneel. We spoke about Maximum Security, the what it means, and we spoke to Mr. Pharms here today about his personal feelings about the whole industry as a whole. And I'm just saddened that before we went on air, he had some views on some of the current events that was on the news that are really, really, this audience, you're only getting 5% of Mr. Pharms. We need that other 95% on his animation, on how he feels about the NFL community, the whole sports community. And I've only known him for, I don't know, going on a month and a half, and I know his deep love and commitment for the University of Miami fighting hurricanes. So, thank you for tuning in this day. We're going to put together another projects, more opinions, and we're going to grow on this. Okay, thank you, and we'll see you soon.
Industry Ready Production, psbeats.com.
I put in work cause I had to. I put that work cause I had to. I told the Glock cause I had to. I stayed awake cause I had to. I was taught to be a leader, not a follower, I had to be my own self. I was looking for the love from the family and friends when no one there. I put in work cause I had to. I whipped that work cause I had to. I told the Glock cause I had to. I stayed awake cause I had to. I was taught to be a leader, not a follower, I had to be my own self. I was looking for the love from the family and friends when no one there. I needed help with a lot of things, now where was y'all? I needed help with the fam, but y'all let us fall. So I had to get up and set a goal, I'ma get it and claim it. This day forward, I'ma be coming with it. It's clutch time. Get a pot of some water, y'all, and a bit of bad too. And I'ma have to show them what to do. Getting tired of this broke shit. And when I leave everything that I need to retrieve, I'ma be on that strap like I never see a yes, and I'm trying to kill. High rush and soul if I have to. Didn't wanna leave a block, but I had to. Think about the money, had me thinking like a damn fool. I had to grind down my life, wasn't nothing never given to me. Yeah, I'm a testimony. I plead the 50 left a nigga hungry. Even when you had bread, yeah, you left a nigga hungry. It was all a dream before it came true. It was a wall ride, but I pulled through. Kids looking good like they supposed to. Just know I did this cause I had to. I put in work cause I had to. I whipped that work cause I had to. I told the Glock cause I had to. I stayed awake cause I had to. I was taught to be a leader, not a follower, I had to be my own self. I was looking for the love from the family and friends when no one there. I put in work cause I had to. I whipped that work cause I had to. I told the Glock cause I had to. I stayed awake cause I had to. I was taught to be a leader, not a follower, I had to be my own self. I was looking for the love from the family and friends when no one there.
I remember waking up early, trying to get to that money. Swear to God I was so hungry, so I grind every day like there was nothing. Cause in these streets You get no love. These streets don't get no buzz. So I got up on my ass and I start being a man. That it was gone. I say in the hood, then I will be next. So I start moving them packs. I rock on my teeth with the stacks. Nigga, just look at the racks. Tell y'all like so racks. Nothing you can do to stop me. Nothing you can say about me. Don't give a fuck if you like me, cause I'm getting paid for your comments. Aiming for the #1 spot. Beware cause I'm coming. Making it that much harder for you to keep up with them Joneses. I put that work cause I had to. I put in work cause I had to. I told the clock cause I had to. I stayed awake cause I had to. Do it all myself, and I didn't even know when
I put in work cause I had to. I put that work cause I had to. I told the clock cause I had to. I stayed awake cause I had to. I was taught to be a leader, not a follower, had to be my myself. I was looking for the love for the family and friends, but no one else.